I've told you before about premature clapping, but well done and thank you anyway. Right, I am Stanford Chidge, and this is the Chelsea Football Fancast, and it is whizzing by tonight. Now, it's very, very unusual that I deem it necessary to do 2 rounds of fannies. Normally we'll just do, if we've had 2 games in a week, we'll usually mix and match, but I just thought it would be too rude not to do it this week. So we're going to have a special Galatasaray fannies. People are taking selfies all over the show on the show. So what are they all like? Anyway,
they're pleased to be on the show.
They are. I'm pleased to be on the show. I'm pleased that I get invited to do this and paid a fortune to do it every week. I really am. But anyway,
are you?
No, sadly. But anyway, the bottom line is this: as you know, the score because we've just done them for the Arsenal match. But basically, we have a man of the match, Chant of the match, Guinness Moment, and Celery Moment. And we will start with the man of the match for the Galatasaray game. Now, the nominees were Frank Lampard, which I think was very, very good. There you go, there's Uncle Frankie. I love you, Frank. I love you, Frank. I do love Frank. I really do love Frank, actually. If I was a woman, I would love him even more. Anyway, Frank's brilliant, and I thought he was probably my man of the match. In fact, I think I voted for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Samuel Eto'o, Eden Hazard, just not to screw the gallery up. Eden Hazard, I think that's a brilliant photograph of Hazard. I love that. I don't quite know what he's doing there, but it looks really cool.
Controlling the ball, Chidge.
Is he?
Aye.
I think he's looking at the ball in a really peculiar way, isn't he?
He's trying to jump out of the way of it.
I don't know what he's doing, but anyway, I like that photograph. So there's Hazard. I think he was brilliant. Did you see that photograph of him with his ankles covered in blood?
Oh, yeah.
Where Chedu had been...
yeah.
Chedu's probably a distant relative of mine, you know, with a name like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
They do have the first 2 letters the same.
No, but anybody with Ched in their name is related to me.
Fair enough.
Yes, because Ched comes from a place called Chedzoy in Somerset, and Chedzoy in ancient British means Isle of Ched.
I'm pretty sure he's from Algeria.
Yeah, but you see, we're all related once upon a time.
Okay.
You know that.
With cheese as well.
Yep, I'm related to cheese.
Oh, yeah?
I am. Cheddar, mainly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a few things from here worth.
Hang on, just bear out. We've got another nomination. Eto'o.
There's one way of moving you on from
Oh, thank you. No, I did notice. Eto'o, there we go. Look at what a chap. Oh, sorry, what a boat. There you go, what a boat.
Have you got a longer picture than
He's
that
brilliant.
One?
No, sorry. We had to cut that out for you, Jonathan, because we knew that you would get a bit overexcited. Put it away.
Over-observant.
Overexcited, Jonathan. Overexcited, Jonathan. But there you go. Eto'o looking very happy with himself, and if you had something in your shorts like him, I think you probably would too. Now, anyway, those are our nominations for Man of the Match, or Package of the Match, if Jonathan prefers. What are you going for?
That lot, I'm not totally sure. Probably Lampard.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, I definitely voted for Lampard. I just thought he had a really good game, you know, and I just thought... I mean, there were elements of the old Lampard in that as well. I mean, he almost scored a superb goal. That movement between Oscar and Hazard.
Yeah, great, I agree.
If he had, just over the bar, it would be lovely to see that going. But I voted for Lampard. What about you, mate?
Pasco Pulp says Frank Lampard for him. He was as good as he was against Barcelona 2 years ago. I'd probably go for Lampard as well, actually.
Yeah?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I'd like to be contentious here and go for Dave. But,
Which
I'm not
Dave?
allowed to call Dave. I'm Dave.
Correct.
Am I?
You can't go for anybody who's not on the list.
No, I know.
You can mention. You can give an honourable
I don't know if
mention.
you've noticed this is exactly what I said last time.
Yeah.
I'm like we're in a time warp.
Yeah.
That's what I've suggested.
Yeah, you're just rehashing old
I am
scripts.
rehashing an old script. But no, I thought Eto'o for me.
Eto'o?
Yeah.
You're allowed to give a Cesar an honourable mention.
I'd like to give him one, thank you. Oh, I don't mean that, actually.
He's assuming the double. He's like the double entendre
what you
king,
normally
isn't
say.
it? I know.
I just copied
You're
you.
stealing my jokes, mate. You're stealing my jokes. You total upstager, you. But anyway, you're going for Eto'o.
Yeah.
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 I think that's a good shout. I mean, we talk about it a lot, and we'll talk about it some more. You know, I love his movement. He moves like a proper striker.
He does.
He finishes like a proper
brilliant
striker.
purchase from Mourinho.
It's an inspired signing. We all
Absolutely
laughed
inspired.
about it.
Yeah,
we
did.
all laughed
I
about
did,
it.
and I stuck up for him all the time.
Apart from
I had it
Darren,
out
we
with
all
Rob
laughed about it.
Shepherd on the very first show.
Apart from Darren and Rob Shepherd, we all
Rob
laughed
Shepherd
about
did laugh
it.
about it. I stuck up
Apart
for
from
Eto'o.
Darren,
But
we
he
all
was a
laughed
bit
about it.
ropey initially because he'd been in Russia
He's
playing
rusty,
really,
mate.
really average
He was probably
players.
still cold.
He was probably just counting all his money.
Takes you that long to thaw
That's
out,
true,
mate.
it does.
You know,
Same
but anyway.
with William.
All right, we say Eto'o and Lampard.
Yeah.
Basically, we're saying Lampard. Benches, what are you saying?
Lampard for me.
Yeah, you're all going Lampard. See, that's what I like about benches when it's you three. You're unity personified, you lot. No disagreements, right down the line, old school. I love you. Right, so we're all saying Lampard, really. Now, on the scoreboard, the scores on the doors. Oh my goodness me, it's tight. It's tight. In third place, Samuel Eto'o.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 26. Jonathan loses again. In second place, Eden Hazard on 36%, which means the winner is Sir Frank of Lampard. A rise Sir Frank of Lampard on 38%. There you go, we were right.
Was
I like
close.
it. Yeah, it was close. No, that's good though. I like it when it's a bit close. Now, the next one is Chant of the Match. Now, there's... again, you know, what I liked about, good atmosphere. It was really quite odd for me to not be there, but to have a window onto it. But it came across really loud on telly. What I also liked was the fact that the old songs came out, you know, and that's kind of my nominations have kind of gone down that path.
And ultimately, we raised our game because Galatasaray were good as fans.
Well, maybe that had something to do with it.
Also because the drug was there as well.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a fantastic atmosphere from the very beginning. It was just that everybody was singing from every part of the ground.
I think that was good.
Even we groaned a bit.
Did you? You moved a bit.
Yeah,
You sure it wasn't just the gout?
Yeah, probably, you're right.
All right. Okay, so the songs that have been nominated are We All Follow the Chelsea, Over Land and Sea, Carefree. I very, very rarely ever nominate Carefree, but I think it was worthy of one this week because there was a right old belting out of that, and there was a lovely belting out of Super Chelsea FC. You see, he's remembering them all, so that's good. And then there was also a lovely, and I think you have to include in Chart of the Match this week the end. Drogba sending off, where pretty much all four sides of the ground, which is again quite unusual for Chelsea, all got up and applauded and sang Didier Drogba. In fact, we've got a little bit of a clip of this from my mate, famous CFC, also known as Christian Downer, but he sent this in and he recorded this at the game, and it's brilliant. Have a look at this, you'll like this. I can actually confirm that was Chris that you could do here doing the solo there.
Yeah.
I've heard him sing, and that definitely sounded like him. But I think that's brilliant. That was lovely. Is that,
totally heartwarming.
Good stuff. I personally hope that wins, but I don't know at the moment. What are you going to go and vote for?
I always like proper. We all follow the Chelsea just because it purely that's the kind of thing
I
that
love
sounds
that song, actually.
so good when everyone does it and when everyone joins in. So I go for that.
It's one of my favourites. My absolute favourite. I can't even say on this one, but it's. I actually saw somebody had a placemat or something weird with the lyrics written on, and they had substituted the word that we can't say with beat. So beat them all. No, sorry, it doesn't work. But you know the one I mean. So you're going for We All Follow the Chelsea. That's a good choice. I have gone for Drogba because I just thought that was a nice moment. Darren?
Definitely Drogba.
Drogs. Yeah,
It has to be.
Yeah.
It really does have to be. It was great. It was just a shame, like I say, I guess because loyalties with Galatasaray, he didn't really milk it and acknowledge our fans as much as I think he would have done.
Well,
he sort of, like I said earlier, he just sort of rotated around, clapping at the end. He didn't come over to the Matthew Hardy show.
It was dignified more than emotional,
because he's
wasn't
got
it?
a whole bunch of new
That's what I'm
fans
saying. Yeah,
there.
the
Very,
Galatasaray
very
fans
tricky
there.
for
Yes,
them.
that was my first point before.
Good
Yeah,
point.
no, I know. I'm just reiterating it.
Rehashing old scripts
Yeah,
again, but it's okay.
right,
It was
yeah.
funny the second
Yeah,
time.
and it wasn't supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be
sorry.
profound, actually. Quite
It
serious.
was very profound, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
It was a very serious point
Tim
made by a
Rolls
very
has-
serious man.
Tim Rolls has sent me a message.
Has he? What has he said?
He said, just watching Angels 1-5 with your dad as a waiter at RAF base in World War II. So it's
Wow.
got nothing to do with football at all. But this
I'd
is
like
what
to
is
know
on
why
at the
Tim
moment.
Rolls isn't watching us.
Indeed. Shall
What
I
a
send
traitor.
him a tweet
Yeah.
back and say,
Yeah, tell him
what
Chidge
the
thinks
beat
you're a-
are you doing, I'll
Yeah.
say.
So what are you going for? What chant are you going for?
The Didier Drogba chant, I thought it was
Didier
great.
Drogba.
I thought that was great. Except I didn't like the way it sort of petered out a bit, because it almost felt slightly embarrassed. Oops, we can't redo this.
I'm surprised. I wish I'd been there, then I'd have got a better handle on it.
Because when it happened a bit before the 90 minutes, and then everybody got a bit self-conscious, and then it was fine at the end. But it was
I'm talking about the end. I think that was
that was great at the end.
That was lovely, wasn't it? That video too. I think they captured it very, very well.
I
So
agree.
we're kind of Didier Drogba. If Pablo's going for We All Follow the Chelsea, which is not a problem. Boys, very quickly on the benches, what are you saying?
Drogba.
Drogba? Yeah, okay, Drogba it is. Right, now, the votes have been cast, the people have spoken, and it's actually quite tight again. Apart from, in fourth place, Super Chelsea got 1%. Carefree got 26% in third place. We All Follow the Chelsea got 30% in second. And, of course, the winner is Didier Drogba. La, 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 la. That got 43%. So there you go.
Drogba,
La, 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 Didier Drogba. La, 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 la.
That's how we sing in the stand middle. That's what we do sing.
With all the other opera buffs.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to. We maybe should do a tune from Ride of the Valkyries or something. You know, bit of Wagner. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah.
Anyway, maybe we should sign Wagner. Then we could come up with an operatic song for him. That'd be
It's
good,
unlikely. It'll just be something.
Anyway, enough. It's time for Guinness Moment, and we better hurry up because I've been prattling on for too long. Guinness Moment this week. The nominations are Eto'o's goal, largely because there was a great pass and run involved with that as well. Hazard chesting it down, and then Oscar basically ran down the right and put in a beautiful pass for Eto'o, who did the business. I thought it was a lovely move. I also thought that this was a lovely move. Oscar and Hazard had some great interplay, which led to Frank getting in to the box on a late run, and he very nearly put through what would have been a brilliant and a classic Frank Lampard goal. Didn't quite happen. And the last, but by no means least, Hazard went on this unbelievable run that only Hazard can do. I'm sure he started in our half, didn't he, Chef? He was running past everybody, running for pace, speed, guile, skill. The best bit of all was when he got to the penalty area and he just put the brakes on and he went back and the defender, I think it was that awful one that kept on kicking everybody all night.
Fell over.
Yeah, was it Felipe or something?
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
The camera went flying that way as well, yeah.
Anyway, the camera went one way, defender went another, and Hazard it was just brilliant. And sadly, he then passed it to Oscar, who took half an hour to try and decide whether he was going to shoot, and the moment was gone. But those are the moments. Very quickly, what are you going to go for, Pablo?
Hazard's run.
Hazard's run for Pablo.
I thought at the time Hazard's run.
Yeah, I thought at the time Hazard's run, although I like that little interplay with that Oscar and Hazard and Lamps, but Hazard's run I went for.
Hazard's run.
Hazard's run. Hazard's run.
Hazard's run for the bench.
I love that. Okay, so we're all unanimous with Hazard's run. Are you lot on the benches? Yes, you're nodding. Yes, nodding. Yes, like it. That's what I like. Next week I'm going to get you to hold up cards. Okay, you'll hold up cards. Yes or no. You know, something like that. Anyway, we'll work on it. So we're all going for Hazard's run, and you'll be delighted to know that the people out there in Chelsea FanCast land have absolutely gone the same. Third place is Hazard and Oscar's interplay. Frank nearly finishes. That's 15%. Eto'o's goal, great pass and run, 30%. And the winner is the unbelievable run by Hazard, which gets 55%. I am very, very delighted that has won because I think it deserves it. Now, finally, we've got the Celery Moment for the Galatasaray game. And the there's some hilarious ones in there. You're going to like this. First of all, we've got Darren and Pablo nominated yet again for their double dose of European flags. First time seen at Stamford Bridge. I love that. I mean, that just looks so proper, doesn't it? There's more to come, isn't there? Although we can't talk about it.
Yeah. Secondly, it looked even better on Saturday when the overhead flag was going across the harbour.
Yes, I've got a picture of that. We didn't. There was no reason to show it in the Arsenal bit, but I know what you mean. But the European flags, these boys do tremendous work with that, and I love nominating them. I think applauding Drogba at the end, sending him off in great style, I think that's very proper Chelsea, because actually we're very good as a club, as supporters of this club. Unlike a lot of other supporters of clubs, we always welcome back the ones that we love. And we give them a right send-off.
And some of the ones we don't love.
And even some of the ones that we don't love, that's right. But not all. But I think that's very proper Chelsea to welcome back a hero and a legend and treat them with dignity and respect and a lot of love, and we did that. We've absolutely got to nominate Drogba hitting his own banner with his free kick.
Who's that in the white?
He may have. Do you know what? It's just
mouth wide open, isn't it?
Maybe he was aiming for Darren.
It was, because Darren's mouth was open, and he was thinking, "Can I get the ball in his hand?"
There's that fat bloke that I used to know. I'm gonna hit it at him. He thought, maybe he was.
I had a better picture of that with the actual ball there as well. I was trying to.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you never asked.
I never asked. I don't phone. I don't write. I don't email.
I searched ages to get some good ones. I've got one where it's the ball going to different parts.
If you'd have taken a photograph as he took that free kick with the ball hurtling towards you, that would have been class, mate.
As if I'm going to have my phone out.
Yeah, you're not a phone.
And if I did, I'd have it like that to annoy you.
Don't say that. Anyway, Drogba hitting his own banner with a free kick. That has got to be a celery moment. Now, as you all know, celery moments is not just what happens on the pitch or in the terraces. Sometimes we are lucky enough to get some stuff that happens in the pub. Now, we all drink in a particular pub after the game, and we've got a lot of great mates there, and I hope they don't mind that I've lifted this, but this was just too funny. One of them has taken a photograph of one of the people that we know. I will not say his name to protect the innocent, but we have finally found a solution to the problem that we have with plastic flags, because we don't like being accused of having plastic flags at Chelsea. Well, one of our mates has found the perfect use for the flagpoles of these flags. Let's have a look. It's a beer straw! That is absolutely blinding. I mean, we're not going to say who it is.
Pie man.
Isn't that genius? That is what you do with a plastic flag. You rip the flag off, you throw it away, you take the flagpole to the pub, you get a pint, and then you can stand up with your pint on the table and you suck it up, mate. That for me is proper Chels.
It's actually as if he's a glass blower and he's actually created that glass.
He's definitely blowing something, isn't he? He's having a pint. I know that fella really well. He's a lovely bloke, and I think that's brilliant. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, it's good fun.
I think the flags were several flags too far, actually. They've got to find something else.
Too far.
Something else to come up with
I think people
now.
are getting bored of them.
Nobody was where I sit. Nobody was bothering to pick them up. They're all lying around.
Listen. Let's hope we never see those. Remember those awful clappers we got for the Europa League?
Yeah, but they were safety hazards. They've gone now.
They were safety. How can a clapper?
Bits kept flying off and hitting people in the head.
Oh my god!
We have to clack them, don't you? They
Yeah.
don't think about that.
Yeah.
I hate it. Anyway, look, those are the four. I can't remember what I voted for. I probably voted for the beer straw because of the personal involvement, although I would have been torn. Drogba hitting the banner with his free kick probably would have been... Oh, my God, I've just seen what the results are. Anyway, right, what are you going to go for?
Drogba hitting his banner.
You're going to go Drogba hitting his banner? Yeah.
I keep agreeing with Paul tonight, but yeah, Drogba hitting his banner.
We're also agreeable tonight.
Drogba aiming at Darren.
Yeah, Drogba aiming at Darren. I think that's a much better solution. So pretty much unanimous. I think I probably would have liked to have gone for the beer straw, but I probably went for Drogba hitting the banner. But who knows? I can't remember, that's why. But what are the benches thing? That's what I'd be interested to know.
Had to be Drogba. I mean, you couldn't write it. It was just a perfect moment.
Yeah.
What do you reckon of the beer straw, though?
He's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. But it's not every day Drogba comes back to say goodbye.
I mean,
That's a good point.
so if I could have kept that for next week, and you'd have been none the wiser, would you?
Yeah.
And then you've all voted for it, yeah?
I actually think that one with the straw is a bit poor.
I liked it. I really liked it.
You
I remember seeing it at the time on
might
Twitter.
say
Yeah,
it's
that's actually quite good.
It's terrible, Jonathan.
Yeah.
We'll drum you out.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Okay, right. That's what we voted for. In reality, this is just amazing. We've got in equal third place, because we've got two ties.
Yes.
One, it sounds like a cue for a joke somewhere, but anyway.
Yeah.
The tied in third equal is European flags and the beer straw, which is amazing. And then tied for first place, actually, so that would be tied in second place, wouldn't it? So tied in first place is the Drogba applause, sending him off, and the Drogba aiming at Darren and hitting the banner.
It's a kind of Drogba moment for first. It doesn't make any difference.
So I don't know. Well, there is that, but we could have a casting vote. I think either on there or on the benches. What do you reckon, Darren?
Benches.
Benches. You have the casting vote. What are you going for? The applause for Drogba at the end, or Drogba aiming at Darren and missing and hitting the banner?
Vote for the beer straw.
I think for me it's a banner, because I just think it was just...
The banner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just a perfect way to end. Yeah.
Being 2 foot away from Darren.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm happy with that. I think it's well deserving that somebody tried to kick a football very, very hard at Darren and Steve and missed and hit the banner instead. What do you think?
Yeah, it's close. It's a good effort.
Okay, all right. I've really enjoyed that. I wish we could do two fanny slots every week, but sadly we can't. But anyway, we'll be back in a minute after this break, and we will be talking about Chelsea chatter stats, and we'll be talking about a bit of Chelsea news.
Chelsea news.
See you in a sec.